So tell me a little bit about yourself, the Corvette background, how you got into it. I know your dad, which rather than me spoil it, I'll let you do it.
Well, Dad was an executive at GM, and he wound up being vice president of public relations. And so I got to meet just all kinds of people. Like I had a summer job at Pontiac Engineering, and the cool part about that is Pontiac was getting competitive cars to evaluate their cars. I looked, and here's a 289 Cobra. Oh. And I went, oh my God, Dad, there's a Cobra here. You don't suppose they would let us have it for the weekend? Well, they said, okay, Tony, you can take the Cobra. Well, one of the engineering guys, he didn't know about this. So I'm driving down Woodward from Pontiac headquarters. He gave me the look of doom, and I pretended I didn't see it.
You were able to get into so many cars that people could only imagine just sitting in or seeing, for that matter.
Yeah. I had a blessed childhood, believe me. So.
Oh, you definitely did. And the neat part is, you know, and getting to the 69, you were able to order special cars, per se, and this happened to be one of them. Take me back to, 68, I guess, when you were thinking.
The 69 model year was coming. We were running a 67 and a 68 that we built out of parts, because the 68 L88 were all spoken for. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought, I'd like to have an L88 for the street. So,
is it because of the heater? Because it kept you nice and warm? The air conditioning? Obviously, you had none of that. You didn't have any luxuries. You just wanted a motor in the car.
I just remember it didn't have a radio.
Oh, yeah. No radio. Radio delete, of course.
But anyway, it had the L88 engine in it, and so it was a badass car. One of our crew, who was at GM Styling, he said, well, let's fix it up a little. So we put the flares on it, the same fender flares that we used on the race cars, and we had same size wheels, but we put Firestone intermediate tires on it so that it would handle on the pavement and in the rain if we had to.
This was a sinister car. It's one of two that was all black. I mean, it was blacked out to the...
Yeah. At the Daytona 24-hour, I met this guy who was a pilot for Pan Am. He was telling me that he wanted to start racing over in Europe because that's where he was stationed. So I thought, well, I could sell him my car. So we talked about that, and he said, yeah, I'd like to buy it. And I forget what I sold it for.
Yeah.
Anyway, but in order to get it ready for racing, we put a roll bar in it. We pulled the motor and put one of our race motors in it. I just remember when we finished it and they put it on a freighter and flew it over to Germany. I mean, he just started winning all the races. The Porsche executives noticed this, obviously, and they were not happy at all. So they bought the car to get it off the track.
That's funny.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So then the car came back over and it went to, was it Texas or wherever?
Yeah, the Neighbors brothers redid it. They restored the car and made it basically how you ordered it. They took it back to the original.
Yeah. I just don't remember what I paid for it. Was it $4,000 something or?
Yeah, it was somewhere in that neighborhood. New, they were at $4,438, and the L88 option itself is $1,032.15. The engine of that car. These cars were being ordered, but reality is, from what everybody talks about, the undertone, I should say, is that it was always a much higher horsepower engine than what was believed to be in print, the 427, 430 horse.
So the top Corvette at the time was the 427 with the 3.2 barrels, and it was rated at 435 horsepower. So when he got the L88 package out, he said, okay, we're going to call this 430 horsepower. The thing is, John Q. Public, who's not really dialed into what's going on, I said, he goes to the dealer, said, I want the Corvette, the most horsepower, yada. So you get the triple carburetor 427, but the L88 was like 540 horsepower,
and it only uses aviation fuel. I mean, that tells you right there. Clearly, the car is tuned to the gilt. It's ready to go. It's a race car essentially for the street. That's all it was. Have you seen the car since it actually was restored? Just out of curiosity, I would assume you have.
Yeah, and I got a chance to drive it.
Did it look exactly as the day you got it? I mean, the car looks magnificent now. I just was curious.
Yeah.
It's achieved some honors. It's got a big binder and it has a lot of your signatures in it on license plates, on documents, on, the car went through.
I've got a picture of that. It's, I remember signing it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you have any parting words about the car, about yourself? But I can't thank you enough for being a part of today and just kind of giving us the briefing of the car and the history.
The car was special. I was very happy how well he did with it, and the fact that it came back and got restored and all that's really cool.
Yeah, I hope we can bump into each other very soon because, quite frankly, I miss you. It was good. It's always good seeing you.
Yeah, thank you too. I really appreciate it.
Yep, always good talking to you. We'll chat soon.
Yep.
Thanks again.
All right, take care.
All right, see you, Tony.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.